and it's my real pleasure to be chairing this webinar. So this webinar specifically addresses the importance of digital agriculture in Indonesia. And it's also an introductory step towards the official launch of the Indonesia Agriculture Data Hackathon to unlock agriculture innovation through technology, which will be held on September 24th, 2021, which is actually an important day because we will also be celebrating Indonesia's National Farmers Day. Now, the hackathon is a momentous event organized by the World Bank and 9 strategic partners, including Microsoft, GIZ, TaniHub, the IPB University, Grow Asia, Data Science Indonesia, FAO, Plug and Play, and also Planet. The overview and inspiration of the Data Hackathon will be explained to you shortly by my colleague Leslie Go, our Senior Technology Officer at the World Bank. Now, but the question is, why is digital agriculture important, and why should we care? So it's really important because by 2050, Indonesia's population is expected to exceed 320 million. And about 230 million of these people will now be urban dwellers. So this means that we need sufficient food production and strong logistics systems for them. But the problem is our Indonesian farmers still face barriers in terms of boosting their productivity. One of the main reasons because they're still involved in traditional farming, while they're facing increasing threats of climate change and deteriorating land quality. Now, they also find it difficult to access markets, finance, information, which further hampers their profitability. On the other hand, we have all these consumers in Indonesia, these 234 million people, which we expect to be in the urban areas, to increasingly demand that are increasingly eating food that are still of low dietary quality and in many cases also unsafe. And these are contributing to high malnutrition rates in children, but also increasing concerns about health because of unsafe food, but also obesity among adults. Now, we see the digital agriculture as a game changer because we will be able to adequately produce, transport, and feed the growing population while keeping the food system sustainable. So the World Bank is collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture to facilitate and catalyze innovation, modernization, and entrepreneurship of the agriculture sector using digital technology. However, to be able to operationalize this, to make it work, we need to take advantage of Indonesia's untapped potential by developing a digital agriculture ecosystem. So in today's webinar, each of our strategic partners will share their perspective on how multi-stakeholder partnerships could boost the digital agriculture ecosystem in Indonesia. By also connecting the Ministry of Agriculture with the private sector, which has an important role in empowering and supporting agriculture innovation. So our speakers will discuss 3 main things. They will talk about the role of their organization in the digital agriculture ecosystem in Indonesia, the role of data and technology to empower young innovators to solve agricultural challenges in Indonesia, and what are the outcomes they would like to see from this webinar, and also how they could support the participants and winners of the hackathon to help them to scale up. Now, due to the time constraint, we would not be able to answer questions directly. However, we would like to request the participants to submit your questions or comments via the Zoom chat window. And we also then encourage our speakers of each organization to interact with the audience through the Zoom chat window. So we're really going digital, even on the Q&A. But to provide a better sense of how the Indonesian government is committed to bring together the millennial farmers and the private sector in its agriculture transformation program, I would like to invite Pachandra or Dr. Ade Kandradijaya, the director for the director for the International Cooperation Bureau, from the Ministry of Agriculture. Pachandra previously served as the Deputy Director for Food and Agriculture Directorate at the Ministry of National Development Planning, or BAPENAS. He holds a doctorate degree in Natural Resource and Environmental Management from the Bogor Agriculture University and a master's degree in Rural Development from Larenstein University in the Netherlands. So Pachandra, let me hand it over to you.
Thank you, Dina. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good evening from Jakarta. I would like to take these opportunities to share briefly with you all digital priorities for agricultural transformation. Next slide, please. We have already set our vision for agricultural transformation toward 2024, which is trying to achieve an advanced, independent, and modern agri-food system. Of course, it should be more resilient and sustainable. And then in order to ensure a smooth step toward this vision, we have already set strategies called 5 ways of action. And these strategies, of course, address the whole part of the food value and supply chains, covering from the upstream until the downstream part of the chain. And then when we refer to a definition of agri-food system, according to the Food System Summit, we could see that a food system embraces the entire range of actors and their interlinked value-adding activities. So having understanding this definition, I think we could see that at least there are 2 main rules that digitalization can contribute to the acceleration of transformation of the food system. One is how digitalization could strengthen collaboration or synergy among the whole stakeholder. And then the second is how digitalization could promote smart practices along the value chains. Next step, please. When we are talking about the role of digitalization in promoting collaboration or synergy among stakeholders, Ministry of Agriculture has developed a program called Kostratani that stands for Strategic Command for Agricultural Development. This Kostratani should play at least 5 major rules. First is Kostratani should be a center for agricultural data and information, where this Kostratani should play a role in delivering the data from the field to the central office of the Ministry of Agriculture. And at the same time, it should also deliver information from the center to the field through our agriculture extension workers. And the second major rule is that Kostratani should play a center for agricultural development movement. So all the movement for agricultural development should be synergized through this Kostratani. So meaning that Kostratani should also be the main actor for disseminating any innovation and technology. And then the third rule, there it should be a center for learning. So Kostratani should also be the agent for giving training to the farmers, including, let's say, developing a demonstration plot so farmers could also learn from the Kostratani. And then the fourth is it should also be a center for business consulting. So Kostratani should also give consultation to the farmers on how to build up sustained business entities that could be managed by the farmers. And the fifth is how Kostratani play as a center for developing marketing partnership network. So in terms of digitalization, we did already digitalize the Kostratani. to some extent. So we have already established this old agricultural war room at the headquarters of the Ministry of Agriculture. And then this agricultural war room has been connected to Kostratani at the sub-district level, of course, through Kostrawe at the province, as well as Kostrada at the district level. So it should be a kind of loop of information where the extension workers, which work in close contact with the farmers, should be able to identify and capture the needs, the real needs of the farmers. So, and the extension workers should also be able to deliver this message from the farmers to the policymaker in the headquarters. And then at the same time, extension workers should also be the main agent for delivering innovation and technology and customize it with the local knowledge of the farmers. So it's a kind of loop of information. And in this part, Kostratani play its major role. So our priority for digitalization in this part is how to optimize this agent for a good flow of information, and then also how this Kostratani should also be an agent to provide ready-to-use data as a basis for policy formulation. In general, Kostratani should play to make agriculture development more collaborative and coordinated, more modern and closely monitored at the local level, and also should be able to ensure farmers are provided with optimum guidance and can benefit from the technology. So in this part, Kostratani plays a major role on how to promote the role of digitalization in speeding up the process of transformation of food system toward more resilient and sustainable. So next slide, please.
Alika, we just lost the slide presentation.
If, okay, so the next role of the digitalization, of course, it should be able also to promote smart practices along the supply chains, starting from the input provision. So how digitalization could ensure the supply of input to the farmers. And then how we should also make digitalization help the farmers to identify what kind of input they need, how much it needs, and then when it should be available, and then how the farmers could apply this input at the proper way, etc., etc. So the whole process should be, making it much easier for the farmers through digitalization. And then in fact, this is not a new thing in terms of the application of digitalization. Based on our identification, we right now have already had around 600 applications in place along those value chains. So our main role right now is how we could put all those 600 applications in harmony or in synergy, again, to help the farmers making their business, agricultural business, more profitable for the farmers. Next, please. Next slide. To conclude, I would like also to highlight how digitalization should support our priority program called GRATIEC, Movement for Increasing Export 3 times. So I see that digitalization should play a major role on how to ensure a good flow of information, both from the production center, where all those products which has been produced by the farmers, the information could be delivered to the demand. And then at the same time, digitalization should also be able to bring the information on the specific requirement of the market to the farmers. And the digitalization should also be the one who do a matching analysis and then see the gap. What is the gap quality between the product that farmers has already produced with the requirement of the market? And then digitalization should also be a channel to provide input to the farmers how to improve the quality and narrowing the gap between the existing quality with the quality requirement from the market. So we should also see that market requirement is very much dynamic. It's changing according to the changing in innovation and technology. So the higher the innovation and technology, the more stringent the market requirement for a specific countries. And at the same time, the higher the income of the consumer, and then the more sophisticated the requirement will be. So all this flow of information should be, an area that digitalization could optimize our effort on the on-farm side to fit with the demand from the market side. So in short, digitalization should be an effective matchmaker. So matching between the product, the quality of the product with the requirement of the market. And at the same time, it should be also a facilitator to ensure trading deal between the producer and the consumer. So I think that's all the highlights as a trigger for our discussion. And then I will stop here. And then I look forward to having further discussion during the QA session. Thank you, and I give the floor back to you, Gina. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Pak Chandra, for making really an excellent overview of the vision of the Ministry of Agriculture for a more sustainable and resilient agriculture, and how digital fits from the farm to the consumer table to export, and the programs also that you're already launching. It's really exciting to see all of it. Now, let me turn it over now to Leslie, who will give us a quick overview of our hackathon. Over to you, Leslie.
Thank you so much, Dina, for your leadership in the East Asia Pacific region and for chairing this session as well. And I'm particularly grateful to Pamesh Shaw for his leadership from the global team to bring about this kind of learning from Kenya, especially. And that's what this whole hackathon came from, that learnings in the Kenya experience. And today we are delighted to welcome all of you to this inaugural data hackathon in Indonesia. If you go to the next slide, please. So our hackathon name is called CultivHacktion. It is derived from the word cultivate, hackathon, and action. And the reason behind the name is that we are preparing for the future vision of agriculture ecosystem in Indonesia by mobilizing and empowering the youth to create agriculture innovation through digital technology. Now, this multi-stakeholder partnership with Microsoft, Tani Hub, GIZ, FAO, Grow Asia, IPB University, Data Science Indonesia, Plug and Play, and Planet are coming together to support the Data Hackathon in September through October, 8 weeks duration, focusing on West Java province and horticulture sector. Now, the hackathon aims to demonstrate the value of the agriculture data and digital technologies to address the key challenges that were outlined by Pak Chandra, and also how we can really build capacities for young innovators like the millennial farmers to develop digital solutions for agriculture. Now, over the course of the last few months, we have been working closely with our partners and grateful for these kind of close collaboration to design and also to implement this data hackathon. It's our first experiment in Indonesia of this magnitude. And each of our partners will have a chance to speak about the contribution and highlight the innovations in this session today. And we will use this session as a way to recognize their leadership in the space. Now, as of yesterday, we are delighted to welcome our 9th partner, Planet. Given the short notice, I didn't have a chance to invite them to speak at this event, but we'll give them a short plug. Now, Planet is the leading provider of globally daily satellite imagery and geospatial solutions. And Planet is driven by a mission to image all the Earth's landmass every day and make global change visible, accessible, and actionable. And we are going to be launching the Data Hackathon with some of the data that are provided by Planet to help our participants reimagine what digital agriculture will look like in future. So on September 24th, we will be celebrating the Indonesia National Farmers Day, and we hope to launch this as a platform for innovators to come together. So next slide, please. So how could we unlock the potential of digital agriculture? Now, Indonesia has a vibrant and strong agriculture technology community. In the report as outlined by Mercy Corp, the studies the different types of agricultural solution already developed by private sector at various stages of maturity and scale. But there's not enough of that out there in public and private partnership. That's rather limited. And digital agriculture is the use of digital technology to improve agriculture yields, efficiency, incomes, and profitability for the farmers. So if we go to the next slide, the role of the World Bank is to bring about these three key pillars, strengthening the digital foundations to support government from an institutional capacity building for innovation through data and technology, fostering learning and partnership, and through various channels such as the big data platform, and also bring together other government experience, in this case, bring Kenya experience to Indonesia. And our hope is to pilot and mainstream the digital component through our iCare project in the course of the coming months. Now, using Data Hackathon as a new approach to crowdsource solutions from the private sector to co-create together with government. So if you go to the next slide, I'll briefly describe our Data Hackathon. Due to the constraint of COVID, we are not able to do this in person. So we have to be quite creative to bring it into a digital space. And how do we come together in, where we are able to envision how a series of hackathons and innovation challenges that will adopt new technology in this ecosystem to help the AgTech to thrive in Indonesia. So there are a few salient points here. The three problem statements comes from different perspectives, from Ministry of Agriculture, West Java Governance Office, and the AgTech, in order to address central government, provincial government, and private sector concerns. And we are looking at three key problem statements, which you will get to see more in our landing page in future. Now, these three problem statements are listed here in terms of farmers' productivity, the ability to have access to finance, market, input and output, and also public sector decision-making using better data framework and also digital technology. We'll select out of the submissions 10 top winners, 10 top teams that will go through the final round, and based on the judging criteria that we'll outline in our landing page. And we also have mentors from the agriculture and technology sector to help our participants up-level the skills and also network with each other and learn from other international experts. And our judges will also have very profound background in agriculture and technology as well. So next slide, please. So in summary, I can envision the future of agriculture is very promising in Indonesia, where technology can be the driver for continuous growth of digital economy, leading to the transformation of people, process, and government. Using this data hackathon as a novel approach to cultivate the multi-stakeholder partnership, finding synergies among the private sector players to co-create with government. And through this partnership, we hope to open the aperture and reimagine the art of possibility with data to unlock the full potential of what agriculture transformation will look like in future. With that, I will now hand it over to our partners to showcase a solution. Let's start with Pak Panji from Microsoft. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Bu Leslie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all respected partner and attendees. Hope you are well and safe and wherever you are. First of all, thank you for joining the session, which is organized to discuss the great potential of digital agriculture in Indonesia. This is a very important topic, as Bu Leslie mentioned, and also Pak Chandra laying down that Indonesia is known as the agriculture sector. This is very important, and we believe in this digitalization, which need to be done across agriculture stakeholder, will bring positive impact to the digital economy in Indonesia. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I think I would like to start with the idea and the partnering to develop digital agri-ecosystem. At the Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And agriculture has been one of our key focus in Indonesia. This mission has become key driver for us to build sustainable cooperation with relevant institutions, where we believe partnership with the same passion to develop the agriculture sector are very important. We have established MOU with the clear agenda with the Ministry of Agriculture, where we aim to focus on the building the collaboration platform for all key stakeholders and empowering agriculture war room owned by Ministry of Agriculture as a core component to orchestrate all ecosystem in agriculture domain. And the second, we built the agriculture data platform and then enhance the crop-specific prediction that already have by Ministry of Agriculture, enable farmers to access more information through the technology, and of course, at the end, trying to improve source-to-consume cycle across the ecosystem. While in IPB, as the knowledge sources for agro-maritime, we believe this is very important for us to collaborate with IPB University to infuse the right technology with the genuine innovation from the IPB University. So that's become the secret recipe for us to achieve pentahelix or even much more complex collaboration within ecosystem in agriculture. Next slide, please. In the importance of industry and sustainability, we can be represented in the 3 different domains. First, talking about the global access to food and water. Second, sustainable production of food, and then economic growth of the industry as a supplies for ever-growing global population. By 2050, Indonesian population is expected to be exceeds around 320 million, of which 234 million will be urban dwellers, which means sufficient production and strong logistics system is essential. We believe to put farmer as a center of focus area and address their needs is a very important. The basic question from the farmer is to be answered smartly through the technology. The basic question about what is the market condition, what is should I sow, access to production tools, get the competitive price when they're purchasing seed, pesticide, and fertilizer, and then also get the information and enough access to get funding from the government incentive is a very key to help farmers to increase their yield. In the larger ecosystem point of view, we believe we all focus on the 3 pillars. One is talking about helping all the ecosystem to improve yield. Second is to reduce cost of the operation. And the third one to ensure sustainability. Next slide, please. Our goal from the Microsoft perspective is to enable data-driven farming. When we're talking about data-driven farming, the first foundation is we believe about the data. We believe that by improving the data and get the better insight, combined with the farmer knowledge and intuition about his or her farmer, is very important to improve their yield. The new opportunity will cover about building the connected farms, AI-based advisory, talking about the improved precision farming, and also establish the traceability function across all the production line. This is very important for us to create the right approach to implement this respective technology. Next slide, please. However, as we know, getting data from the farm is a very existingly difficult, since there is often no power in the field or internet in the farms. That's become a biggest problem in our country, especially when we're talking about the remote island, remote area, where the electricity has become the issue, and furthermore about the connectivity in internet. So we need to have creative idea, we need to have creative approach in order to answer this challenge. And we believe through this CultivHacktion activities, we will get all the insight from the participant and also get a sharing information from across all the key stakeholders that involved in these activities. Through the experience from the World Bank, Tani Hub, which is the big player, a startup company in the agriculture domain, they will share for us about what kind of the unique idea, unique position to answer this following key challenge. Next slide, please. And from the Microsoft perspective, we are building several unique solutions to solve this problem using low-cost sensor, leverage the drone technology, vision, and machine learning algorithm. This is something that already packaged as a solution that affordable for all the farmers to be collected, to use the system to collect the data from the field, create some of the insight through the use of the machine learning technology, and also communicate with all the key stakeholder system to entertain the data and get a benefit from all the various information collected systematically through the ecosystem. And we believe through this innovation platform, we can try to extend the capability across the scenario that might be developed during the CultivHacktion session. Next slide, please. And the execution is a very matter for us. We believe that put data exchange platform, next slide, please. Yeah, is very important for us. Creating value by facilitating a network relationship and interaction between the digital ecosystem partner, for example, field agent, farmers, agro-import companies, and it's very important. The partnership also should go to based on the idea that both farmers and the company and all respective key stakeholder that providing the service focusing on help to improve the yield from the farmers, and at the same time provide the same benefit to all the key stakeholders. It's just very important to regulator as a Ministry of Agriculture or other ministry that related with all this supply chain process to be part of this agriculture ecosystem data exchange, where they will govern and regulate the process when we share the data related with the open data and also the commercial data. So the ecosystem will grow and will be provide the consistent environment and competitive, competitive to all key stakeholders. We will provide all the data across the ecosystem and also provide the opportunity for the universities such as IPB University to contribute more, exchanging the data with all ecosystem, connect with the startup, and then improve the data accuracy, data completeness through all this collaboration. So I believe this agriculture hackathon, or we call it the CultivHacktions, become the starting point for us to work as the bigger ecosystem platform in agriculture domain. Next slide. And at a closer view, we see that there's a lot of logos come with the CultivHacktion. We have the World Bank, ourselves, Microsoft, Tani Hub, TGZ. We have the Ministry of Agriculture, West Java Province, and also our partner Plug and Play, FAO, IPB, Data Science, and Grow Asia, and many more will come and will become starting a point to build the digital agri ecosystem. We believe in the power of the collaboration. The more people are aware with digital agriculture and the more people are committed to take part in digital transformation process, the faster we can unlock agricultural innovation through technology, hence empowering farmers in Indonesia. Let's collaborate through the CultivHacktion. Thank you so much. Over to you, Leslie.
Okay, thank you so much, Panji. Let me now invite Kelvin Vijaya, who's the Chief Technology Officer of TAN. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So good evening, everyone. So I am Kelvin from Tani Hub Group. So let me share my slide. Oh, actually, Alfie has shared it. Thank you. Okay. So Alfie, you got my slide, or okay? Let me share mine then. Sorry. Okay. So as my previous colleague has mentioned, the importance of technology in solving this agriculture problem. We in Tani Hub also believe that, in fact, we believe that technology is the only effective way that may be able to revolutionize the way we define agriculture right now. So a little bit about Tani Hub. We are actually a group which covers the whole ecosystem. We have Tani Fund as the platform where we disburse fundings and provide financing for farmers in Indonesia. And then we also have Tani Supply, which is the company where we do the whole supply chain process. And also we have Tani Hub, where we interact with both the business and direct consumers to provide them produce straight from the farms. And all of this are possible because of the technology that we implement along the way. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna share with you guys in detail what Pak Panji has actually mentioned and what we have implemented so far, and also the obstacles, like on-field obstacles that we have faced so far in implementing those technologies. So what we see three things. We see three technologies that is vital to revolutionize the whole agriculture supply chain. One is in regards to big data technology. So I guess like the most neglected sectors among all is actually agriculture when it comes to technology. You can easily find big data's customers' perceptions, customers' behavior, personas, and so on and so forth in fashion industries, for example, but not so much in agriculture, especially in Indonesia. We are still like around 70 to 80% of our farmers are still like traditional rain-based farmers, which is kind of a sad reality, to be honest, because we are the land of fertility. Like there is this old song from a group in Indonesia, which like one of the part of the lyrics actually say that whatever you throw to the land of Indonesia, whether it's the stone or the or just a regular stick, they will all grow. It is how fertile that is how fertile the land of Indonesians are. However, we are not like utilizing it. We are not taking it to the next level. So this is where Tani Hub also our mission is farmers first before everything else. So profitability, everything. We believe that when we do the good thing for the farmers, then profitability and the business will come as consequence. The other thing also that I need to mention is when it comes to IoT precision data gathering, a lot of countries actually have done it. Especially in, for example, in Asia, you can see those in China, Japan, Korea, let alone United States. They already have that system. However, it's still not so much in Indonesia. And also mechanization is also important. We see that a lot of practitioners of this agriculture supply chain in Indonesia, they are still not in the mode where they utilize mechanizations. So just to show you a bit of picture, in Tani Hub, we believe in technology. So as I said before, one of the things that we feel is important is to on the mechanization itself. Like for example, this is the real picture of our packing and processing center in Malang area. So as you guys know, Malang is famed to produce quite significant portion of fruit production in Indonesia. So what we actually do is we have these machineries, as you guys can see here, where this machine actually have the capability to process, to grade, and to sort fruits in the rate of 30 to 40 tons an hour, which is something not possible if you do it with like regular human workforce. So in this machine, what we actually do is we do this so-called washing and waxing process, and then we have machines where we actually will have the fruit being spun at a very high speed, around several thousands rotation per minute. And then we have high-speed camera, which actually take like around 60 pictures per second, just for the sake of like measuring the blemish and the color of the fruits. And also at the end of the machine, actually we have what we call the refractometer. So what happens is we blast a certain light spectrum into the fruits, and based on the analysis, we can actually understand the Brix index, which is the reflect the sugar content within the fruits. So this actually helps us with our productivity when it comes to serving our customers. And also when it comes to big data, also as have Panji from Microsoft have mentioned, this is also what we do. We do a lot of analysis here and there. In this example, it is actually we do what ML or AI people call a cluster analysis. K means algorithm, where we actually sort out which item have to be prioritized to be procured fast. And actually, like recently, we just also launched this advanced analysis where we also figure out which item to buy at what price point and when. So these kind of what we also see within our startup is when we implement this data solutions, we actually can make our supply chain even more efficient, quite significantly. And then and because of that, we can actually provide also like better margins for the farmer and also for us ultimately. So this is also the thing. What we see as a challenge is the supply chain itself. Delivering fresh goods is not easy. And also when it comes to optimizations of warehouse process, this is also super important. Like unlike let's say non-fresh stuff, like for example, if you're selling clothes right now, or you're selling books or toys, those kind of stuff, actually it is less complicated than when you are selling fresh. There are certain sequence that you have to abide by, and there are certain restrictions that you have to abide by also when you are picking stuff. Like for example, you cannot mix anything with durians in one same order. There is a certain method for you to pack it, and so on and so forth. So which makes the supply chain, the warehousing process itself also super complicated. To be honest with you, this is also our continuous homework in TaniHub, because speed is the paramount of everything, especially when it comes to perishable items like fresh goods from the farms. So this is also the pain points that I believe that if we can solve, it will be something that that will help everyone, literally, from the farmers down to the consumers. The consumers will get better fresh items, while the farmers actually can get better margins because of the efficiency of the process itself. And also another thing that we see, which Panji has also mentioned, is when it comes to computer vision technology and IoT to actually gather the on-field data. So the thing about gathering this data, on-field data, both aerial imaging, computer vision based forecasting or analysis, and IoTs are they are still expensive. Actually, like the situation is, the cost is already reasonable, provided if you have an organized, structured farming process, such as in United States, where they have already implemented contract farming or corporate farming, but not so much for traditional farmers in Indonesia. Not a lot of farmers, in fact, only a super small minority of farmers in Indonesia who can actually afford to buy a laboratory grade or like a commercial grade kind of sensors, for example. But for a farmer who only have like several square feet of land, or several square meters of land, those kind of technology will not be as affordable. So I guess like what will be groundbreaking when it comes to sensors and computer vision will be cost. So if we can reduce the cost of these technologies, then I believe that the adaptations of these technologies in Indonesia will be far more faster, because farmers in Indonesia, what we find out is like they have this primordial belief on how you should plant. So there are cases where we actually have farmers, like we ask the farmers like, hey guys, like why do you plant chili, for example, on this season? The reason is solely because his neighbor actually planned the same thing. So with that being said, right, what we find effective to improve the primordial or like the ancestral wisdom of the farmers in Indonesia is result and cost efficiency. So if we can reduce this, reduce the cost of these implementations, and also make it reasonable business model also together with the farmers, then I think Indonesia can go beyond an evolution. I believe we in Tani Hub personally believe that technology will ultimately make us Indonesia as like the top leader in terms of agriculture, because by nature we should be one. We have one of the most fertile lands in the world, so we should be one, and we believe in Tani Hub that once the technology is properly implemented, then we will see a lot of stuff, a lot of revolutions happening, both for the farmers and ultimately for the agricultural supply chain as the whole. So the question is, what is yours? So I know, I'm going to be frank, agriculture is not as easy as selling clothes. You know, just buying it from China and just sell it like that, and those clothes will not spoil if you keep it properly. But fresh is another challenge. It's another whole challenge. But let me give you another perspective of, at least from the business point of view, is that if you have the capability to crack this, if you can provide that solutions within this CultivHacktion, then you're gonna revolutionize. You're gonna be the pioneer, at least in Indonesia. You will be the game changer of the whole thing. So I personally really wish that we will see a lot of innovations. We'll see a lot of groundbreaking, unthinkable kind of innovations being implemented in the supply chain, agriculture supply chain in a scheme in Indonesia. So from Tani Hub, we'll be waiting, and we would love to see these innovations happen, collaborate, and make it happen for the nations. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay. Terima kasih, Pak Kelvin, for introducing the applications of digital, not only in the farm and logistics, and the challenge you have posed now to our hackathon participants. Now, let me turn it over to Professor Arif Satria, who's director at the IPB University. Over to you.
Hai, terima kasih. Selamat malam. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat malam, Bu Dina, Bu Leslie, dan Bapak sekalian. First of all, I would like to thank to the organizer, World Bank and Ministry of Agriculture, for inviting me as one of the partners in the CultivHacktion Data Hackathon event. IPB with partners supported by GIZ and World Bank will organize of the Digital Agriculture Hackathon event, focusing on a suitable solution model for West Java province. As university, the next slide, please. Our main tasks involve teaching, research, innovation, and community outreach to prepare the future young agripreneur or farmers. Since 2018, IPB University has conducted curricular review, named as Curricula 2020 is the new curriculum. One of the important driver is the technology 4.0. Since the first semester, new students from all disciplines have been introduced with common course related to digital technologies such as computational thinking, innovative agriculture, etc. And we also now encourage students doing their final year thesis or capstone projects to work more interdisciplinary to address complex problems in agriculture, marine, and bioscience. Next, please. While shaping up the curricula, we also provide infrastructure and facilities on campus and off campus to become effective learning sites or teaching farms for them, such as Agribusiness and Technology Park in Dermaga, Closed House 4.0 for poultry production in Sukabumi, West Java, and Smart Greenhouse in Dermaga in our campus, Innovation Valley in Jonggol in Bogor. In addition, we are also collaborating with national and international partners to testing new technology 4.0, for example, with Sherpa from Korea funded by KOICA. The next, please. And now, what of our role as the university in Indonesia is we also transform the way of doing research by formulating, so we call agro-maritime 4.0 to address problems with potential digital solution based like AI, machine learning, robotics, and automation. And students are targeted for implementing the agenda to be familiar with such technologies such as precision agriculture, smart tools, smart plantation, etc. And the top-down approach also has been promoted to align with the interdisciplinary research focus. Then the next one. This slide shows the journey of research agenda implementation following the roadmap of the agro-maritime 4.0 at IPB. And I would like to share the progressive and achievement as the following examples. But before that, I'd like to introduce about our step. For example, in the first stage, it is the stage of instrumented agro-maritime system, and then how to make connection of instrumentation to network system. For the second step is how to make integrated and automated agro-maritime system, like develop application of agro-maritime based on instrumentation and IoT on spatial location of IPB University partnership. The third stage is smart agro-maritime system, like strengthening big data infrastructure, data integration, automatic decision support system. And the fourth stage is application of smart agro-maritime system, like application of smart agro-maritime system for Indonesian areas. It is the scale up. And then the last stage is in 2026 is sustainable smart agro-maritime system. So we try to achieve sustainable agro-maritime system for Indonesian areas. Next, please. This is the following area example. This is the examples of new technology and innovation that could create the digital agricultural ecosystem at IBB and its partners. And the first is rice field 4.0. The next slide. It is rice field 4.0 comprise smart rice field, paddy health smart detector, and smart seed like smart fertilization and irrigation. The next one is smart integrated pest management, development of smart Internet of Things to monitor plant health. And then smart forest fire prevention system. We developed fire system to predict the fires 6 months prior to the accident. And then we develop also mobile apps, fire prevention, patrol, forest, and land. And then we also develop ecosystem platform, this smart land conversion detection system. This platform provides national strategic commodity distribution, change of land usage monitoring, early warning system for vegetation cover change per 8 days. And then this oil palm 4.0. We also develop community palm farm spatial population prediction mapping. And then the next one is about the precision food logistic, high precision food logistic system during COVID-19 pandemic. The next one is smart food and agricultural product quality detector. The superiority are this is artificial intelligence based using smartphone and cloud to measure the quality of food and agriculture product. And then scanning product with portable near infrared spectrometer that could result in less than 10 seconds. It is innovation from our students. Next one is smart gloves. This non-destructive fluorescence-based smart gloves to detect ripeness of guava on site. And then it is the smart fisheries and coastal management. It is various digital technologies for fisheries and marine science. For example, like device to track trails of fish harvesting, and then AI to identify coral reefs, health indicating species, and then fish position detection device through mobile phones, eel production smart application, IoT technology for coastal ecosystem, and so on. And this is a BISCount. Next one, it is shrimp seed counter with deep learning method superiority. Method with the superiority are fastly detect small size and transparent shrimp seed using YOLO. You only look once technology concept with simple architecture, fast process, precise, and applicative. And then for the last one is about the crab apartment 4.0. The next one, it is we already developed in Jakarta. And then the next one is about social innovations. We develop various social innovation from Operation Village data and then community animal husbandry school, Tani Center, Agribusiness Technology Park, One Village, One CO, One Village, One Innovation. It is our program in empowering the community. For example, it's about the precision village, data with high accuracy and precision to describe actual condition of the villages. The data is collected, validated, and verified by a villager with help from outside of the village, for example, from university, with a relatively low budget. It is very efficient process, and we use drone and also digital process. We also developed Tani Center. Next one. It is Tani Center's digital platform of cyber extension, cyber extensions that provide information and technical guides for farmers for various crops. The next slide. On top of that, social and institutional aspects are also important factors that need to be encouraged through Tani Center platform. Next one. This platform enables knowledge transfer from university and community. The next slide. Yes, this one. This platform enables knowledge transfer from university and community and encourage shared learning that can stimulate creativity and critical thinking of community in response to change triggered by 4.0 technology. This slide is about Agribusiness Technology Park. This infrastructure and facility is established to connect farmers to modern supermarkets. IBB provides quality seeds to the farmers, and then we develop the education to the farmers, and then the farmers produce fruits and horticulture product, and then they sell to IBB University. We do packaging, and then we distribute it to 47 modern market in Jabodetabek. And then is One Village, One CO. This one of the platform that could be scaled up not only in West Java, but across Indonesia. We developed in 53 villages in West Java, but now we are still preparing 300 villages out of Java. It is one of our program on how to create the entrepreneur in agriculture. The next one is about our program about community animal husbandry schools. This is the social innovation. Has been introduced first in Java, and now the model has been showcased in 23 districts of 12 provinces in Indonesia. And we also introduced 4.0 technology in this area, especially in eastern part of Java. And the next one is, of course, we hope to extend the specific partnership to leverage the knowledge on data management for digital agriculture solutions. We already signed an MOU with Microsoft, Pak Panji, and then TaniHub, Kelvin, and also with Aruna. And the last one, we could support the scaling up of the best solutions reviewed by the forthcoming hackathon event through technology incubation support, like Science Nanopark, and then technology platform for digital solutions, data and knowledge management platform, and startup capital. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Satria, for really sharing with us the the wide breadth of innovations that's already being developed, but also clearly IPB University will be an important source of the pipeline of future startup entrepreneurs in Indonesia. Now, before I turn over to our next speaker, I just wanted to mention to Pak Panji and Pak Kelvin that there are some questions for you in the chat box. Now, let me turn the floor over now to Ibu Weili Wu, who is the innovation lead for Grow Asia. Over to you.
Thank you, Dina, the World Bank, and all the co-organizers of the CultivHacktion Data Hackathon. Very excited to be a part of the organizing team. It has been a really wonderful experience to work alongside such a committed, passionate group of people. Just in the interest of time, I'm going to keep my presentation pretty short. Allow me to introduce Grow Asia and what we do and how we're supporting the Data Hackathon. Thank you. Grow Asia is a multi-stakeholder partnership platform catalyzed by the World Economic Forum and the ASEAN Secretariat. Our secretariat is based in Singapore, and we really work to build action-oriented and market-led partnerships for inclusive and sustainable agricultural development in Southeast Asia. We are an entity associated with ASEAN and funded by the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, as well as the other international donors whose logos you see on the slide. Next slide, please. So though our secretariat of about 6 people is based in Singapore, we have country partnerships in 6 countries across the region, including Indonesia. Our country partnership there is Peace Agro, the Partnership for Indonesia's Sustainable Agriculture. And through our about 580 partners across the private and public and development sectors, we've reached about 2 million farmers across the various working groups and value chains that we work in. Next slide, please. Ultimately, one of the things we do is to bring together the private, public, and development sectors to collaborate on projects that have the potential to positively impact farmers' productivity, profitability, and sustainability. We are market-led, so meaning that we work closely with the private sector, and we believe that projects must be driven by underlying market demand. One of the reasons we're so enthusiastic about this project is the diversity of partners you see in the virtual room today. We each bring very unique strengths and perspectives to the table, from academia, private, public, development sectors. All 4 are crucial for this hackathon to succeed. One of the foundations that this hackathon really rests on is reliable data, which is a big challenge in smallholder agriculture. And through the partnerships forged here, we are starting to provide some of the basis of the data that will be used, but hopefully the exercise will also highlight some of the gaps where more robust data gathering is needed in future as well. So as the innovation lead at Grow Asia, I manage Grow Asia's regional digital program, where over the past few years, we have sought to catalyze partnerships across the ecosystem based out of Singapore by looking at the whole region, particularly between startups and corporates. Our perspective has been that the best or the fastest way for startups to get a foothold in smallholder farmer value chains is to partner with agribusinesses. Next slide, please. So to give you an idea of the type of startups I'm talking about, I just want to briefly highlight 5 high-impact agri-tech business models that GrowAsia identified in our 2020 report on smallholder agri-tech business models. Next slide, please. This just gives a little bit of an overview, but I'd really like to emphasize that farmers are not necessarily the paying clients for a solution that has an impact on smallholder farmers. So in the case of, for example, drone or machinery mechanization platforms, they can be. But in the case of other types of solutions, such as in traceability, digital marketplaces, farmer advisory, they often are not the paying client. And the challenge that we've observed looking at the agri-tech startup space over the past few years, it's really about business models and viable business models in the smallholder space. I mean, in addition to the technological challenges, right? So particularly if, say, in the case of farmer advisory, there might be several potential ways to monetize the farmer data that an app, for example, might end up having access to. But dealing with the challenge of onboarding farmers before you have data you can monetize, it's one of those, it can be quite tricky, and why we often observe that business model is really where the challenge is. Next slide, please. So just along those lines, I think one of the things that GrowAsia would love to see come out of this data hackathon is the development and testing of new business models. Across all the 5 that we mentioned before, the challenge in terms of smallholder agriculture is that generally low farm revenue makes the lifetime profit that a startup can get from a farmer customer quite low, often compared to the cost to acquire each new customer, because smallholders are fragmented, as the other speakers mentioned before. They live in remote, difficult, expensive to reach areas, and often have lower levels of trust in digital solutions than their urban counterparts might. Next slide, please. So just in terms of the support to the hackathon participants and winners, GrowAsia will be providing access to our network of partners, as I mentioned before, which includes investors, agribusinesses, development partners. We also plan to highlight the winners in the GrowAsia Digital Directory, which is an online database of solutions active in the region. In future digital learning series events, which is an ongoing webinar series that we run. And we're always on the lookout for opportunities to bring startups and corporates together to pilot projects in the field, which I hope will be more feasible as the pandemic recedes. So thank you so much for listening. I think I've come to the end of the brief sharing, and please feel free to connect with me and GrowAsia as well on LinkedIn, and please participate in the hackathon. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Wei Li. It's great to see the work that GrowAsia is doing to bring all the stakeholders in the digital ecosystem together, and we look forward to your support on this again moving forward. Now let me turn it over now to Pa Prasetya Dwikaya, who is the co-founder of Data Science Indonesia. Over to you.
Thank you, Ibu Dina, and other distinguished panelists. I'm glad to be back here and also looking at a lot of familiar faces and colleagues and friends. So let me introduce myself. My name is Pras. I'm currently the advisor of Data Science Indonesia and one of the co-founder of Data Science Indonesia. And the topic that I want to bring today is on how we should engage data communities as part of the driver for innovations. Because from the beginning until now, we already listened that how this is the CultivHacktion is definitely try to drive more innovations in the sector that is traditionally not touched by the digital stuff. And of course, we cannot forget the roles of communities, especially tech and data communities, in driving these innovations to move forward. Okay, please, next slide, please. So who are we exactly? So Data Science Indonesia is a non-profit community that hosts a network of data scientists and aspiring data scientists in Indonesia. So we believe that our organization's objective is how we can promote and also to push more data-driven decision-making to improve the welfare of Indonesian people. So we believe data has a power to transform a nation, transform businesses, transform public sectors, And this network of people in the Data Science Indonesia is trying to drive that to be a reality. So our missions was to be a reliable partner for public and private organizations in exploring solutions of using data to solve the social problems they face, and also being an advocate to raise awareness, the importance of data and how to make data a public good. And the last one, it become a think tank and a playground for people who aspire to be data scientists and to build their network and also to create something out of data, especially using public data. So we have been around since 2015 and has 12,000 members as of today. And then we have done multiple projects with different partners. Maybe to name a few, we have done like a collaborations in the past with Jakarta Smart City, as well as with the Jabar Digital Service, the JDS, who are also a partner for this activity, and with multiple NGOs like for advocating about the stunting prevention, as well as a public health. And as of today, we also have a 4 representative office, or we call it as a chapters in 4 provinces. So maybe the next question is about what are the roles of Data Science Indonesia, or in short is the DSI here. I mean, practically, we are responsible to provide you with all the participants with the mentors, especially the technical mentors that Leslie mentions earlier. So at least we can promote, we can provide with people who already has strong knowledge in data science and guide them, guide the participants on how, or maybe the winner as well, on how they can make use of data meaningfully using a data science techniques and also tools as well as the frameworks, right? But if we look at the larger picture, what the DSI would like to play as well is we want to be a bridge. We want to be an idea generator, and we want to be a partner in nurture the solution and innovations that generated through this activity. I think the key strength of DSI right now is because we are a community, we are non-profit, and there's like a solely developed for the members of the data communities. We have people from a different backgrounds, different sectors that can freely share their knowledge as well as their interests and their expertise, so people can learn from each other. So maybe the solutions that we are, maybe the problems that we are facing right now in agriculture has a similar solutions that apply in other sectors. We have no idea about that, right? Maybe it actually lies in the sector of banking, or maybe it lies in the sectors of, for example, in education or in health, that actually can be contextualized, that can be used as a basis on driving innovations in agriculture. And therefore, it's also related as our role to provide more ideas, especially within this network of people. There are plenty of people that actually you can talk to. And therefore, we hope that this instigate more, or I would like to use the cultivate ideas in a way that it provides the participants of this hackathon with more inspirations on how they can build their solutions surrounding the data that we have for this activity. And the last but not least is also because the power of the network that we have, we also connected well with all the data stakeholders in the country, the principals, data scientists, as well as the experts. I think it's also good to make us as a partner in nurturing that solutions later on how this can be incorporated technically to be a meaningful data science or like a data products later on. Next, please. And of course, I think why we really want to support this CultivHacktions, because in addition to what are the great things that already been mentioned by the previous speakers, I think there are 3 main points that DSI believe that this is aligned with the advocacy that DSI has been doing for the past 6 years. I think the idea of having this CultivHacktion is not only trying to drive more innovations, but promoting what is important for the data community, which is open data. So opening up data actually present the government with many values that you can allow and enable innovators or techies to actually get their hands dirty and using the data for developing a meaningful solution. So as long as the government provide these wonderful resources, and as long as their partners, like all the people in this room right now, and with the experts who has a technical expertise in data science, I think it's going to be great and shows that the value of open data, value of being transparent, exceeds the cost of not being transparent in this case. And the second part is because you're bringing a lot of people, a lot of actors, right? Like you get the business people, you get like a techie, you get principals, you get people from agriculture. It helps us to create an innovative solutions through rapid prototyping. So I mean, the idea of hackathon, I mean, in general, is try to rapidly prototype something that we can see whether it's feasible or not. But that point of having this critical or like a rapid prototypings in pushing this is actually in line with the idea of DSI as an idea generator and as a partners to nurture solutions that we can be meaningfully implemented later on. And last but not least, because of this wonderful group of people that comes from a different places, and I believe that a reform like this or like a disruptions like this can be maintained in the long run because you have a people who has a collective ownerships, because innovation doesn't stand alone. Innovation doesn't come only from the techie. I mean, like we from the data communities can help you in the data side. But of course, when you try to cultivate and grow innovations and making it more meaningfully for Indonesian people, you need people who can finance it. You need people who can market it. You need regulations that can enable these innovations to grow. So we believe that this type of activity is can really bring a lasting impacts, given that we have a lot of people are involved in this collaborations. So I think those are the points that we as the DSI, as a tech communities, would like to make, and we believe that this is just a beginning for us to contributing to meaningfully disrupting the agriculture sector through data and technology. And I would like to invite all of us here to also get involved in our community as well and be connected. And we believe that we can be together in this journey in the long run, and would love to have more innovations through data in agriculture sectors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pak Prasetya, for really kind of exhorting that the data community, the data science community, is ready to join the effort to disrupt the agricultural sector, like you said. Now, let me turn it over now to Pa Ageng S. Herianto, who's the Deputy of Program for FAO Indonesia.
Okay, thank you. I'm delighted to be here to be with you, all the part of the 4.0 community globally. FAO is, I think, also actively involved in developing the digitalization in agriculture. But today, this evening, I want to focus only in the collaborative digitalization program in Indonesia, not the global level. So I think this is the background that, as we know, that Indonesia is consisting of, spread over the huge area of the archipelago country. Now the connectivity issue is a main issue in Indonesia, connectivity. And then how we can also treat all the communities impartiality, so means that they can have a kind of the access to digital technology for their benefit, not only certain group that they have a kind of the huge asset and investment to access this one. This is one of the challenge, and also FAO would like to be part of this effort, how to disseminate the digital technology in Indonesia. Next one, sorry. Yeah, if let's say we can make a kind of a simple categorization that digitalization, sometimes we can say that this is a kind of fragmented program between the government initiative and the private initiative. This is and also, of course, the other parties, but we can say this is two big groups of the digitalization program in Indonesia. So next one. So since FAO working closely with Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Village, Ministry of also ICT, part of this government digitalization program, Ministry of Agriculture, there are several programs that already discussed by Pa Chandra at the beginning on this kind of thing, with 600 application there. This is but how to synergize all this kind of thing to bring the bigger impact to the farmers. While Ministry of Village, we can say that, please next one. Ministry of Village actually also has an initiative collaborating with Aruna, with Dapur Kita, and also try to developing more than 200 digital villages in Indonesia. This is a kind of one of the we can say is still a small figure of the village involved in the digital program in Indonesia. While the Ministry of ICT, next one, is about the providing the internet services to more than 500 districts and other through the Bhakti program. So now how to synergize this kind of thing? Yeah. So next one. So the private initiative, we notice from our observation and stock taking exercise, Telkomsel working with next one. Sorry for many. This is a Telkomsel working on e-fisheries. This is a kind of the startup through the application of the NB EOT technology. For utilizing automatic fish feeder to how to also what they call manage the feed level to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of the feed technology. Bank BRI, for example, next one is about the I think TaniHub is also working with Bank BRI to support the finance for the farmers, and also how to facilitate and to sales the agriculture productive. While Bank BNI, next one, is about the partnership with the PT Pasar Komnas, especially on the chili commodities. Next one, please. So now, what FAO plan to kind of provide support to the government of Indonesia as our main partner, especially the Ministry of Agriculture, and also in collaboration with other stakeholders. Because we, as informed at the beginning, we noticed that many startup and also a private sector also involving in this business. Next one. So how we can, let's say, synergize three parties into two main current initiative by FAO. The first one is on the national strategy on e-agriculture in collaboration with Ministry of Agriculture, and digital village in collaboration with various parties, including several university and also the community, farmer association, and also startup. Next one. I want to discuss about the national strategy of e-agriculture. We would like to offer to the Ministry of Agriculture on how we build a kind of the umbrella of the digitalization in agriculture sector. So this is a kind of how we can, let's say, identify, design, and develop sustainable ICT solution and services that accessible to the farmers, and also how this is will be a strong ecosystem to the government of Indonesia, especially the Ministry of Agriculture. And also we try to strengthen the collaboration with MOA, Bappenas, also World Bank, and also private companies to inclusively develop digitalization for agriculture sector, especially Bappenas, who has one data program that should be supported by the other technical ministry in providing the strong big data platform to the agriculture sector. So next one. So digital village initiative. This is our program in collaboration with several universities to do the stock taking, piloting, and deploy sustainable and manageable digital innovation and at community level. Yeah, this is we want to let's say how to link the community with the government of Indonesia in supporting the agriculture war room plan and established by the Ministry of Agriculture. And also this is DVI is also offer the roadmap for appropriate business model for rural community. This is really how to synergize all the parties there in supporting the digitalization in the rural area that again accessible to the small farmers. But of course, the youth is become backbone of this initiative. And this is how we, as I said, how we can connect this kind of the initiative with the Ministry of Agriculture initiative in the National E-Agriculture Strategy. Next one. I think that's all. Thank you for your attention to our presentation. Back to you, Ibu Dina.
Terima kasih, Pa, again for the very nice overview of the work that FAO is also doing in Indonesia. Now let me turn it over to our last speaker, Pa Wesley Harjono, who is the managing partner at Plug and Play. Over to you, Wesley.
Hi, thank you, Dina. Hi, everyone. Very excited to be part of this initiative. I think we are one of the latest partners in this hackathon. So Plug and Play is a global innovation platform where we build ecosystem through our three main cores. We invest in early stage startups. We run industry-focused accelerator programs globally, where we help startups to grow through business development activities. And lastly, we also run corporate innovation platform where we connect corporations to the right startups who can partner together with them to solve challenges through innovations. We have been building the tech ecosystem in Indonesia since 2016, where up to this point, we have accelerated more than 120 startups and worked with some of the biggest corporations in Indonesia in various innovation activities, such as new technology adoptions, strategic business partnerships, and sometimes the corporations are open to investment. We are very happy to work together with all the partners here in this CultivHacktion. It is our belief that in order to make impactful changes in the industry, different stakeholders need to come together to solve the bigger problem. In Plug and Play, we normally call it the ecosystem of change makers. Corporations need innovative technologies to solve problems. Startups need corporation support to scale. and government can help accelerate the big changes in the industry. And eventually, innovation can have a socio-economic impact to the larger community and ecosystems. I think this is what it is all about in this CultivHacktion collaborations. We also see agriculture as a major importance to Indonesia, and we put agriculture as one of our focus, where we aim to open an agriculture accelerator programs to add to our currently running financial services, industry 4.0, and sustainability programs. With the accelerator program focusing on food and agri that we aim to launch, we want to elevate the agriculture practice in Indonesia from what once was traditional to a modern, sustainable agriculture practice, which not only positively impacts the business of the corporations, but also have large impacts to the farmers, Indonesia economy, and as well as the environment. And for this, every stakeholder needs to take their part. And we are taking ours as the ecosystem builder by connecting the stakeholders to each other and serve as a platform of networking, knowledge sharing, and innovation drivers. This hackathon would be a good start of a more innovative agriculture industry in Indonesia. And we are very happy to be part of it. We hope this hackathon really brings the unseen challenges in our agriculture industry to the surface and will produce solutions to the problem. As accelerator, we have seen startups like Sayurbox and Tani Hub solving grassroots problems and help to increase farmers' welfare, and at the same time benefits the customers. What they do is a process of understanding what is happening in the field through data and translate it into a workable solutions that can create impact to the bigger problem. So what once a simple delivery app for everybody, everyday produce needs, now has grown to be one of the life-changing applications for consumers that bring impact to many farmers in Indonesia, especially in this pandemic situations. Yet for this case alone, the impact can still scale. For example, partnership with financial services like what Tani Hub have done, distribute financing to these farmers to help them scale their business. We also have seen cases from our global agriculture corporate partners like Tridon, a sister company of a leading agriculture equipment manufacturers, Group Jatco. Tridon works toward sustainable agriculture in the digital world, working on a critical economy sector in cooperations with local communities from all over the world. Tridon actively seeking for startups with innovative agriculture solutions, investing in them, and scale together. One of the success stories is with Arable, one of the startups in our ecosystem, an agricultural data and analytics company that offers the world's first IoT-enabled irrigation management tool, weather stations, and crop monitoring. We hope this hackathon can encourage similar stories like Sayurbox, Tani Hub, Arable to the problem that we face in our agriculture industry today. And we are happy to extend our support to the winning team post-hackathon through workshops, mentorships in our accelerator programs, and eventually opening doors for them to the right stakeholders, to our network, and create impact in the industry. So we are really excited to be invited to this initiative and looking forward to the exciting times ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Pa Wesley. I mean, it's really important, like you said, to build this ecosystem of change makers. And we're very pleased that you're joining us in really making this a reality. So that concludes the presentations of our partners. We have two discussants. The first discussant is Animesh Srivastava. He's a lead agriculture economist at the World Bank for East Asia and Pacific, and Vikas Chaudhary, who's a senior agriculture economist in a World Bank office in Indonesia. As we are going a little bit over time, may I request you also to stay within the 5 minutes? Thank you.
Thank you, Dina, and thank you, participants. This is such a special occasion. We together have been cooking this for some time. Have this webinar where it's all becoming a reality is really a special moment. I'll try to be very, very brief. One great thing about this event is the sense of energy and excitement that's always there. And that was on real display today. And in ag sector, we can obviously do with that because we have great problems. And it's the largest sector serving the largest number of people globally. We know all that. What I want to say, just by way of my quick remarks, is that if there's just two things that we would like to emphasize, one is how important digital now is to changing the fortunes of the agriculture sector. We as a World Bank Group get it. We work in different countries. We work with different partners. This is as exciting, of course, as anywhere we work in. But we're convinced, but what I would like to just underline is that this comes out in bucketfuls in an event like this. And we need more of it because honestly, the traditional way of looking at agriculture problems has taken us this far. This is the sort of the new sort of horizon that we really need. The second point clearly is that within the digital, and Pachandra laid out a very dynamic vision of the government, which we are very obviously working and happy to support. But within digital itself, the other sort of out-of-box way of working is harvesting energies of a wide variety of stakeholders through events like the hackathon. It's not the old planning and resource making and allocating a project and so on. This is a different sort of way of bringing links and people together. I'm so happy that in Indonesia's context, we have so many partners. There's just no way to describe the excitement of the presentations, the dimensions covered today. I really, really look forward to us supporting this hackathon and making it work. I know it'll be great. We've been cooking this together for some time. And I just want to say that we couldn't be off to a better start. And from the World Bank Group side, we stand ready to bring all our global experience and expertise. And the work we've been doing in Indonesia, and we do work across the waterfront from policy level to projects, from specific agriculture things to value chain to integrated landscape management. So we'll be ready to support any way we can to sort of lift the boats, to make the links, to support this ecosystem of change makers. Thank you. Over to you, Dina.
Vikas, over to you.
Thanks, Dina. I mean, it has been fantastic listening to all the work that is being done under the Kostrani and Tani Hub and Croatia. I really am very energized, similar to Animesh. And I feel with all this work, there is now the opportunity to bring precision agriculture to smallholder farmers. And digital could be that too. And it can have widespread implications on income, productivity, commercialization, landscape management, improving efficiency and targeting of public services and programs. And similar to this, we need all hands on deck to make agriculture and food system fit for purpose. And deployment of digital technology could be one of the vehicles. Listening to all of you today, I feel there are three areas where the World Bank Group can provide some support and add to the momentum. And they are around improving the enabling environment and supporting the digital ecosystem, around knowledge exchange agenda, and around integrating digital approaches in the various government programs and projects, which can amplify the impact on the ground. I just moved from Ethiopia to Jakarta 2 weeks ago, and I want to share some examples of those three on what we did in Ethiopia. So first, on the enabling environment, the World Bank just approved a $200 million digital foundation project. It was approved in April. And this project is supporting the Ministry of Innovation and Technology to increase the inclusiveness and affordability of digital services and digital job creation. The project will provide competitive financing to digital startups, to help support digital ecosystem. It is going to work on the policy side to bring in competition, to remove monopolies of the telco in the country, come out with various regulations which are much more friendly for a startup ecosystem. And third is the project will support the creation of necessary digital infrastructure on the ground in remote rural areas for public and private sector delivery. On the knowledge agenda side, the World Bank Group, jointly World Bank and IFC, initiated and subsequently institutionalized Digital Disruption in Agriculture Forum. We have done, it's an annual event, close to 1,400 participants joined the forum last year. We are organizing the third one in November. As part of that knowledge agenda, we have done a series of these webinars for Ethiopian specific delegation, and more than 2,000 people have participated. And the forum becomes a recognized space for interaction, for dialogue, for knowledge exchange and networking. We have a wide, diverse portfolio in Ethiopia, more than 1.5 billion US dollar. And through the portfolio, we are doing a number of activities. We are supporting the Ministry of Agriculture through the ambitious e-extension program. So similar to Kostrani here, there the Ministry of Agriculture wants to deploy tablets to extension agent. Between 2 extension agent, 1 tablet. And that tablet becomes a source and a conduit of delivery of large number of extension activity, digital services. To provide differentiated services, we have worked with Ministry of Agriculture to build their capacity to access, analyze, synthesize, and deliver agro-metro information. We have supported the development and rollout of agriculture market information system through the government channel. There is this whole program around geo-enabling monitoring system, GEMS, which can help virtual project monitoring on a real-time basis. And currently, we are working with the Ministry of Agriculture there to develop a digital roadmap for extension and advisory services, and integrating its rollout through a new program which we are currently designing called Integrated Agriculture Development Project, which is going to be a $500 million initiative, which is under preparation, and very, very excited on that. This digital ecosystem in Indonesia, I think, is very, very exciting. And this is my first interaction with this ecosystem, and it's growing very rapidly. Through this data hackathon, we really hope that new ideas and new entrepreneurs are going to come on board to provide creative solutions to the challenges in agriculture sector. I'm in Jakarta, and I'm very much look forward to being part of that journey. And thank you very much. Over to you, Dina.
Thank you, Animesh, and thank you, Vikas, for those really very good ideas. So this really brings this webinar to a close. I really want to thank all the speakers and our partners for joining us this evening in I guess in Asia, because I think what it has brought is all the great ideas that are now there, and really just reinforces the fact that there's huge potential for digital agriculture in Indonesia. So thank you very much, Terima kasih, and we look forward to everyone joining us again on September 24 for the launch of our CultivHacktion. So see you in a few weeks, and have a great evening, a great night, and a good night in Asia, and a good day in Washington, D.C. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Check out our
Take
website
care.
and the video on the site as well. Thank you. Stay healthy.
you.
See you on
Bye.
September 24th. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Thank you, everyone.